So I get a number of questions on how to research vacant land or properties that have land, and how to get information on where the wetlands are, what the topography is, where the house sits relative to the lot. So I'm going to show you really quickly how to do that. And if you go to King County IMap, so if you type in King County IMap, one of the first things that comes up is the kingcounty.gov/services/gis/maps/IMap. So just type in King County IMap. That'll pop up with where you want to be. It pops up. I should have slowed down to show you that, but you just click on the actual icon for IMap. Pops up with a window here that you can put the tax ID number in, or you can put the property address. So I'm going to put in a property address that I know by heart. Southeast 24th Street. Should come up with the property I'm thinking of. Okay, so there's a particular property in Sammamish on Southeast 24th. This property we'll see here shortly is a couple acres. So we're going to go over, we're going to do the plus symbol, so we zoom in a little closer. And once you start to get in a little closer, it starts to show you the outline. Those of you that are familiar with Sammamish, you can see this is Rock Meadow. That's the circular lots. This is the crossings up here. So this particular lot that we pulled up by address right here. Up on the upper right hand side, you've got base layer map. One of the options is aerial. So you can actually see here's where the house is relative to that lot. You can see this particular lot is pretty large. And you can turn that on and off by just clicking standard. It goes back to off. You can do aerial with labels. It'll give you the property address, or just straight aerial. You can go back through history so that you can see any changes that may have happened to that property. But the other cool feature here, and this is the second icon over, and there's a bunch of icons you can play with on this, but the layer list. This will give you property layers, elevation contours, which is pretty cool. So you can see we go from 390 feet of elevation down to 365. So this is your low point here. Then it starts to work its way back up to 370, 375 there. So then you look at environmentally sensitive areas. So you can see they're showing this as a pond there. It's actually a stormwater pond in this particular example. But what I wanted to show on here, sensitive areas, they've got flooding info, but this one doesn't have the flooding info. I thought there was a stream. Oop, it just decided to do that all on its own. I thought there was a neighboring, so there you can see the stream coming through. And you can see that there's two different lines here, which is one thing I wanted to bring up. IMap is not perfect. It's not exact. It's just to give you an idea. So you can see that they've got one indication that the stream runs this way and one indication that it really kind of runs something a little different. But back to this property, you can see that there's no wetland delineation on file for that one. You've got a notice on title here, which is probably an erosion hazard. No. But you can click on and off these different buttons and it'll tell you, oh, okay, so that was an environmentally sensitive area. Probably a wetland. No, stream, coal mine, sensitive area, notice on title. Probably is a wetland, but they have it on title. So it's a neat way to do some quick research. It's not foolproof, but it definitely gives you a much better idea of what a particular property has going for it, and gives you some really quick indications as to whether it's subdividable, buildable. You still want to have your wetlands biologist come out there. You're still going to want a geotech report and a septic report if it's on septic, surveyor, because the other thing I will tell you, and you can see it here if you look closely, there's the fence line. And in this particular case, I know the fence line is representative of the property line. IMap shows the property line skewed a little bit. So you want to be careful and look for fence lines, look for streets as reference points, because sometimes it will shift left, right, up, down, and be off by a little bit. Left and right, I think this is pretty accurate, but north and south it's not. Kind of a cool system. If you have any questions, just let us know. Thanks.